Hi there, Amy from Amy Staff Wellness. I help those who are suffering from thyroid disease to recover using food, that lifestyle, and other thyroid options for meds and that kind of thing. And I focus mostly on those who have low or underactive thyroid. If you've been diagnosed with hypothyroidism or the autoimmune part of that. And I wanted to get on here today and talk about doctors not believing our symptoms. This topic is very near and dear to me. I had begged doctors 10 years ago to test my thyroid, and they just wouldn't do it. Fast forward, I now have a highly damaged thyroid gland and have to be on medication for the rest of my life. And I don't want that for you. I wasn't armed with the proper research or information. I didn't know what questions to ask. I didn't know when to push back. I wasn't prepared. I just went along with it because I believed that they knew, what the right treatment was. And so now this is my reality. And I don't want that. This is why I do what I do, because I don't want other people to suffer this way. And I want you guys to know the facts and be able to advocate for yourself and ask the right questions when you need to. And, you go to your doctors, you waited 3 months, you sit in a waiting room, you're finally called back, and the doc comes in and says, your labs are normal. Everything looks good. We'll see you in a year. And you shake your head and you're like, wait, I feel like The Walking Dead. There's something wrong. Something is off. Please, let's look deeper. Or and then you describe your excruciating fatigue and your continued weight gain and, all the other symptoms you're having. And they either blame it on they say, this is what happens when we get older. Or, I've actually heard, someone say you have mental issues, the thyroid can't cause these type of symptoms. Another scenario, the doc keeps changing your thyroid dose every single time, up and down, up and down. And you say, something's really wrong. My hair's falling out. I want to sleep all day. I'm gaining tons of weight. And they just basically dismiss you and say, we just need to change the dose again. That's basically what we're going to do. And, you say, we've been doing this for a year and nothing's changed. And I feel the same way. Like something has to be different. Like something has to give. Or, you are describing your symptoms. They come back and say, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Not even and you push back and say, can we do some labs? And they won't even do labs for you. So this has to stop. We have to have these doctors take us seriously. We have to get them to listen to us. And I'm here today to take a stand against being ignored and being treated negligently. I think, they need to listen. Why aren't they running the full thyroid panel for you? They're focused solely on TSH, which is the thyroid stimulating hormone, which it's the pituitary telling the thyroid to release hormones. They don't even test if the thyroid is actually releasing the hormones. They don't test whether the inactive to active hormone conversion is happening. There's so many other things, other nutrients, B12, vitamin D, iron, cortisol, so many other things that they are missing. And so this is inadequate, and it's keeping you sick. It really is. And they're also ignoring other things that could be exacerbating your symptoms, as in heavy metals, mold, other infections, your adrenals, and the like. There's tons of other stuff. And I know you want to feel normal again. I know you want to have fulfilling careers and not have to step back from a full-time job. I know how you feel. You want to be able to play with your kids and have energy and motivation to do all the things and that you think that you've always wanted to do in life. And it's not a lot to ask. You deserve this life. You deserve a better life than what you have. today. You don't want to be sleeping all day. We're always just missing out on, celebrations, birthday parties, dinners, promotions at work. I mean, you don't want to be missing out on that. Those things are important in life, and I don't want to be missing out anymore. So I say, if the medical schools won't teach the doctors, then we will. So I have decided I'm developing a course to put all this information together. Something that I really wish I had 10 years ago when I was talking to the doctor. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what question to ask. I didn't know when to push back. I didn't have research. I didn't have the right articles. I didn't have all that I really truly needed to be able to advocate for myself. And, if it's not the current doctor that I had or you had, it's, how to find another doctor. And so that's what the course will be about. Basically teaching all about the thyroid and all the other interconnected other processes in the endocrine system. It'll teach you how to talk to your doctor. How to talk to your doctor, what to say, what questions to ask, and the like, because we need better treatment. This is, we want to get the right test run. We need the full panel run. We need them to understand all these things. And even if this doctor, your current doctor, won't talk to you about it, or pushes you away, I'm going to teach you how to interview other doctors to make sure that you're getting a good one who is thyroid literate, one who truly understands what you're going through. And if you don't, this is basically for you if you don't know what questions to ask. That's really the key piece. But anyway, if you want me to save you a seat in the class, PM me your email address and I'll make sure that you have a seat. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you doing? Jacqueline's asking, I feel like if you don't have a base thyroid panel from before you got sick, you honestly don't know your optimal. There are optimal